Compilation of information from Bob T, with messages from Anaconda, Omnipure, Porta, Sophia, and Nancy. Website, treeofthegoldenlight.com. Wonderful news. The Cabal has been defeated, July 28, 2016. FYI. On July 9, 2016, Nancy got a private message from Omnipure, a Mishaba being, who told us that an extensive elite Cabal removal operation was going on, and at the time of the message 98% of the removals were complete. Today we have been given permission to share this original message as the operations are complete, as you will see as you read this post. Omnipure, July 9, 2016. I am here today to give you a piece of news. There is a standstill in the money process because there has been a disruption of the flow of the funds in the bottom line of the Cabal. As they stood their ground and made the moves they made, they did so in order to take all of the funds with them as they were taken from the planet. This is not going to happen, for as I speak they are all taken into custody of the Galactics, and are removing the funds from the hiding places that they created. It is a time for all of you to see what is taking place and to know that we are on top of it, and are taking the measures that are needed to be able to return all of the funds to the proper places on the planet and then to remove the members of the Cabal who are involved in this. This will then open up the freedom of the funds and the assistance that we are ready to give you in the distribution of them. We are seeing that there are so many of you who have withdrawn from the idea that the funds are going to be distributed. We wish to inform you that we are taking all of the measures necessary to assure you all that the progress will be unlimited, and that there will no longer be any of the Cabal on the planet to disrupt it again. What has happened is that we have discovered that some of the members of the Cabal had been hiding in underground buffers and they came forward recently and began the planned disruption. We have been in a thorough search with those who are in inner and hollow earth assisting us in the measures that we have found necessary. So far we are at a process that is 98% done, and there will be an announcement in the coming times of what has been taking place, and why there have been the ongoing delays. That is all I can share with you at this time, and I ask that you share this with only a few who are in closeness with you. It will be in a day or two that we will have an update to announce to the world. We ask that this not happen until the situation is clear and completely safe for the release of the news. I am Omnipure and I shall return. End of July 9th message. On the morning of July 27th, a dear Lightworker friend posted a channeled message from someone called Sophia in his newsletter. That message is at the bottom of this post as reference and is highlighted in blue. After I read that message from Sophia, and remembering what Omnipure said in the July 9th message, I asked our dear friend Anaconda Mishaba to see what follow-up message he could bring forth to see where we are at this point in time regarding the removal of the Cabal and other issues. Here is what he sent in 2 parts. Anaconda's message. Initial message in response to Bob's email. Wednesday, July 27, 2016. I find that there is definitely truth to what has been shared. It has been alluded to by Omnipure and others in the recent past couple of months. The 98% that was cleared included those that decided to repent and work with the change and the light. The other 2% that we spoke of was the holdout, but just under 1% of them also moved to the light. The remaining 1%, or just a bit over, are the ones that have no recourse of change, and must be returned to source. They will experience what we have been calling the second death. Basically it is the final moment when they lose all awareness of them ever existing, and are re-immersed back into source energy to begin again with an entirely new awareness, never knowing what they once were. There is going to be more coming on this. I am Porta. Follow-up message Wednesday, July 27, 2016, 6 p.m. I come back as I said I would to bring a bit more information about what I shared with you already. I am Porta, and I want to tell you that the initial 2% that we first spoke about that still had to be tended to, took some effort to get things to the point now to where it is basically over. As I said in my initial short message to you, that almost 1% of the original holdouts of the Cabal choose to come to the light and repent. The remaining 1% continue to do all they can to maintain total control and wreak havoc everywhere on Earth that they could. They had very elaborate hiding places deep within the earth, as they also used them for travel. We finally have overtaken all of their places of refuge, and they no longer had anywhere to hide. Some of the remaining 1% shared everything with us, and we were able to use that intel to strike the final blow that did them in. Those 1% are hardened, and cannot and will not change under any circumstances. This is why they will have to experience the second death, which is a total end, as they know themselves in their origin. What this means is that the first death is when you let go of the body and pass over to the other side of life. However, you still live, you still have consciousness and awareness. You can repent, and purge and review your life, and make whatever necessary changes to make right with what you have done. The second death is a finality. The spirit being ceases to exist as they knew it. They no longer have any consciousness or awareness of anything concerning their existence. They are absorbed back into Source to begin anew. What their journey will be, shall be decided by Source. We all came from Source. At one time we knew nothing outside Source, we had no individuality. This is what it will be again for those 1% that I speak of. You in your Earth realm should begin to see some very telling and positive actions toward your world changing. You should see the movement of the release of the GCR/RV to the world shortly. You will see the change in government leadership. It is, and has been a long time coming, I know, but welcome home. It is time to welcome yourself to your new beginning, and your new way of being that will be far beyond what you may have anticipated. Life will change for you in ways unseen, or even thought about. Your consciousness will simply let go of so much that you have been carrying. Some of what you carry with you is so deep that you could take another 1,000,000 lifetimes to get a handle on it. It is because of the grace that you all have earned, that these deep core wounds and trauma will be dissolved almost at an instant. You will feel a very telling lightness to your being, your physical body. You will feel as if tons of weight have lifted from your mind and emotions. You will feel an energy inside and all around you that you will not have words for. However, when you look into each other's eyes, you will know that you are all feeling the same thing. Your thinking patterns will take a very bold shift in direction, and you will just simply and plainly feel good all over. You will look in the mirror and see years of aging has lifted right off your face. You will feel this sudden surge of youth coursing through your being. I am looking forward to returning to Earth in my present body and reunite with the love of my life, my wife Minima, who we call Mama Force, as well as my family and friends. You will all be reuniting with loved ones and friends that have journeyed before you. You will not believe your eyes when you see them step off the ships to embrace you with their love. Let not the Cabal be a thorn in your side any longer. Embrace your new reality, the reality that you created. Freedom and empowerment is yours for the embracing. This is the message of Mashaba. Freedom, empowerment, love and oneness. I thank you and I greet you with the greetings of Mashaba blessings, which basically means blessings of divine love and oneness, blessings of freedom and empowerment. I am Porta Papa Mashaba. End of Anakhanda's message. For reference, here is the channeled message from Sophia. Anakhanda below is a channeling that was in today's Russ Michael email. Please read, and when you have time please see if you can get any verification to what was said here. It seems to have info that was given by Omnipure a few weeks ago regarding the removal of the elite. One prophecy fulfilled, telepathic channeled news about the physical end of the Cabal elite, July 27, 2016. Let us all hope this is true. Time will tell. Thanks to a forward today from our dear Lightworker, booklet team editor, Marilyn, living now in Italy. Makes for an interesting read. See further note from Sophia in the text. All is well. We are one. What follows is a verbatim account of what happened on July 23, 2016. I was told in advance of this happening. It is for this reason I then reached out for clarification. This conversation took place in two passes. The first began at 3:33 p.m. on the 23rd. The second I was woken up for, approximately 2 a.m., on July 24th. Sophia asked, "Is there someone who wants to connect who can enlighten me on what is going on right now? With the sun? One speaks. Yes, Sophia. It is I. It is one. You have answered a call now because of the urgency of the moment. This moment, this one you are living right now, is the same moment in which the experiment is ending. Those in power who refuse to surrender or even to stop our being, are in the process of being physically taken out. This plan, the one that allowed a manipulation of a race, has come to its conclusion. Those beings who have learned the power and gain to be gotten at the behest of others, indeed at the disposal and abuse of others, have reached the end game, the end date of their game. It has been told that there would be an end, and that was to occur at a final astrological moment ultimately. The sun had other plans, as did Gaia, and the plans of those running the planet have accelerated. They came to a moment where massive efforts would again be extended on their end to kill or capture a large number of humans, in order to reduce the numbers of you, and to incite fear so that you would be more easily manageable. That effort has not been allowed. The warnings did not stop this globalist agenda, and they are right now being returned to source. It is done. This, you will discover, is the day of judgment as has been foretold. No longer will those beings with an agenda of ownership and power be permitted to run amok without fear of reprisal or elimination. The experiment has run its course. Those of you doing the work of collection, battle and elimination are at it this very moment. Rest assured this day will not end until every last being participating in the ownership enslavement game has been eliminated. They had many chances to surrender, even to assist in the restructuring. Some took that chance. Many did not, and it is those beings who've been sought out in this right now moment for an end and a return. There is no need for regret or remorse at the end of such a being or of any being actually. We are all at choice. The route chosen by them was done with eyes wide open, and a willingness to push all for personal amusement, aggrandizement and pleasure, and most of all power. Ultimately it is the lust for power that brings on the destruction of a soul. Yet realized destruction is not possible in creation. All life, all form, merely transfers its spark to a new form when complete. These souls are corrupted and permanently so. There is no reworking of them, not in the form they currently occupy. The components of life, of one, all must collaborate to enhance and encourage life, all life. These corrupted ones have skewed the pot, as it were. There has been an overbalance of greed and destruction in creation itself, on the earth in particular. This balance will now rectify itself and balance restored. Not every member of this group has been returned, only the ones that are not able to recover. Those beyond rehabilitation. Ultimately life is balance, and in order for growth and evolution, balance must be maintained. This is an unfortunate yet not unexpected turn of events today. You can rest easier now, knowing that your wishes for a chance at a new world have accelerated. This is due to the desires and the efforts of many of your race. The end was never clearly seen, it had to happen naturally. This ending of the beings in advance of the ultimate deadline can be seen as good news. Things can now, with the exit of these beings, be expedited into the hands of men. There is much work to be done. Sophia, may I ask a question? When you may, Sophia. What of the predicted earth changes? They may still occur, yet the severity of them is not clear or certain. Gaia has to speak definitively, and she may do so soon. This is the end of a very long, arduous and painful time. It will need confirmation. Thank you. One more message before closing this post. Last evening while playing ball with our dog, Cassie, Nancy got a ringing in her ear which always indicates someone has a message. Tuning in, she received the following, that I'm paraphrasing as it was not recorded or written down, since she was outdoors. Referring to the humanitarian and other funds, there will be a slight pause, then everything will burst loose and come forward. My interpretation of this statement is a few last security checks, and other important checks will be made, and then the releases will come forth. Maybe August will be our month of miracles. You are welcome to post this information to your friends and your lists as you might choose to do. It is my hope that this information brings great joy and faith, that we are all in good hands on this beautiful blue-green planet and all is in divine order. Bob, Nancy and Anakhanda.